Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I don't think I've talked on this before, so if I did, then I forgot, but if I didn't, then here you go. In today's episode, I will be talking about school bullies. We've all dealt with school bullies, all of us. I feel like if you're listening to this podcast episode right now, you have dealt or knew a school bully. Maybe you was even a school bully and you're kind of just wondering, is there any advice that this guy is going to give me about being a school bully? The advice that I can give a bully? Stop. Just stop. Okay, there ain't no reason to be messing with a kid. They ain't doing nothing to you, whether they big or small, because it's gonna come to a point in time where you might need this person's help in something. Rather than trying to be their enemy for no reason at all, it's like you trying to have like this like power trip about yourself or whatever. It's like, for what reason? Why? My thing is this, talking to a school bully, why do you feel like you need to be a school bully? What possessed you? What? The environment that you grew up in? Okay, so be different. It shouldn't be like an excuse on why you can't be different, like, oh, well, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You could easily be different. You can easily choose not to bully a person. I'm saying, like, I grew up in an environment where I have family, they did one thing. Me, I'm doing a completely other thing. The opposites of what they're doing. So trust me, it is easy as saying the word easy to be a different person, to not be a bully. So that's why, like, it trips me out. I remember when that whole situation went down where that guy was, I think because I just recently reacted about it on Twitch, like on my Twitch stream, and how the guy, he tried to, like, he was lying about it. But, no, it was like, that's like when I talked on this, like when I was like thinking of doing this episode, that was one thing that crossed my mind, was this guy, he contacted me on Twitter and he was talking about how he used to like bully kids in school, and I'm like, okay, well, contact those kids and apologize to them. He's like, I can't do that. See, it's things like that where it's like you say that you can't, and then you wake up tomorrow morning and you go right back to bullying kids. Like, fam, that's not like no characteristic. Like, that is a choice. You chose to do that. You want to do that. No, you're just weird, bro. Something is like really wrong with you. And if you think you're going to grow into this positive, outgoing life, you might just do that. But guess what? You bullying those kids or whoever back when you was in school, it is going to eat at you every single day. Every single day. So either you stop, or at some point in time, you're gonna have all of this stuff just eating at you, and it's going to cause you to break down. It really is. And trust me, you do not want to break down. You do not, okay? So anyways, but no, like overall, I know people will probably ask me, have I dealt with school bullies? Of course. I've dealt with school bullies in all aspects of school. Elementary, preschool, elementary, middle school, high school. And it's funny because each and every one of those bullies, I've confronted them or I've seen their true colors. And it's so funny to me, like, when you see a bully's true colors, when you see that they're this, like, scared, fragile kid, then it's like, bruh, why are you trying to be a bully, bro? Like, why? What caused you to be like this, or to put on this mask of being a bully? But no, I could think back all the way to when I was there. There was one kid I remember that was like, because I went to 2 elementary schools. And in both elementary schools, I dealt with bullies and shut both them down instantly. Because I was like, I don't play that bullying stuff. I'm sorry, but I'm like, you can attempt to do it, but I'm like, it's either we're going to fight or I'm going to roast you. But at some point in time, my mission is to cause you to cry, okay? Trust me, it's like having it where a bully is getting like their cards flipped on them, where they're the ones being bullied. Trust me, bro, I do not mind bullying some bully that thinks I'm like, even that's why it's like, even with YouTube, there's people out there that try to like bully me and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not with that. I'm like, you go take that energy over there, but me, I'm not trying to be like all cringy when I say it and things, but I'm built different towards that stuff. I just don't accept the fact of being bullied. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's like either I'm gonna roast you or I'm just gonna ignore you. But I'm like, I choose not to be bullied, okay? Like, that's my choice in life. But anyways, no, I remember all the way back in preschool when I had got bullied for the first time. It was this kid, And I remember he always would mess with me. Like, this kid was always messing with me, like, and I don't think he realized, it's like, fam, it's not working. Every time when we get into a fight, I always win. So stop it. Like, you need to stop putting yourself in danger, bro. But no, so I remember, like, the first interaction we had in preschool. I don't remember, so I think what it was that, because I was, like, brand new to the preschool. And so I'm telling you guys, like, my memory it's very crisp, okay? I can remember stuff like this. But anyways, so I remember where he kept, like, chasing me, and I think. Or he just kept, he kept following me. Because I'll, like, go to one side of the preschool, he's following me, just standing there, like, smiling, laughing. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what this kid's issue is, but he needs to leave me alone. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not with that, alright? So anyways, he's still following me. I'm like, alright, kid, I'm telling you, you need to leave me alone. I'm not playing, like, let me be. And he still kept following me. I remember I slapped him so hard across his face, like, he fell down, start crying. Every time, I remember when we got into it, he always would fall down and start crying. So that was, like, my, like, what can I call it, like, overall, that's what I expected. Everybody that's messed with me, that's what I expect from them. I want them to be laid out crying. Is that kind of, I feel like that's very evil-minded. Like, you shouldn't want people to, like, fall down and cry, but I'm like, that's what I want from people when they decide to, like, oh, like, I gotta keep messing with him because that's the right thing to do. And I'm like, nah, you're gonna learn real quick it's not. But anyways, so yeah, he always kept following me, just being weird and stuff. And I don't know if I ever did tell him to stop. Maybe I should have told him to stop, and he probably would have. He probably wouldn't have, I don't know. But anyways, you would have thought, like, that would have been it. Like, okay, I'm not gonna mess with him anymore. He still would mess with me. I'll never forget, though, I think there was a time where I had, like, I think it was, I either cracked his nose or gave him a black eye. I think it was both. I think it was both because I remember my mom telling me about it not too long ago, and I remember, and I was like, dang, I didn't realize I cracked his nose. I think, yeah, okay, so no, I remember. So anyways, I remember me and him was fighting over a toy. And he was all like, let the toy go. I'm like, I'm not letting this toy go. All right, I've been playing with it all this time. I ain't letting this toy go. He was not trying to let go of it, so I had let go of it. Let go of the toy, it comes back and hits him across his face. Now, I did not know that the toy had cracked his nose, but I guess it did. I'd seen that it gave him a black eye and stuff. I don't know, maybe if that was an effect to the toy, like, hitting his nose. I don't know. But anyways, I do remember his dad getting in my face talking about, you stay away from my son. And I'm like, how about your son stays away from me? Like, I'm not doing anything to this kid. He's always bothering me over some stuff. Then I remember, like, the last two, well, no. Was it? Because I'm trying to think. I remember, like, right before I left that school, I got into 2 fights with him. Well, one of them wasn't even really a fight. Like, I think it was more so trying to see, like, who can take the other one down. But I do remember, like, the one where it was Halloween. And I might have told this story before. I can't remember if I did or not. But anyways, it's Halloween. And I was dressed up as Freddy Krueger. But he kept calling me Freddy Cougar. I think I have told this story before on the podcast. But anyways, so he kept calling me Freddy Cougar. I told him to stop. He didn't. Then he took one of those, like, I'm trying, like, those, like, red plastic, like, I'm trying to think. Kind of like, no. So you know how, like, at Chuck E. Cheese or one of those, like, kid, like, areas, and they have, like, those plastic balls where the kids can, like, jump in them, and they be, like, throwing them at each other and stuff. So he took one of those type of, like, hard plastic balls, and he threw it at my, like, neck and shoulder area. So I was gonna chase him, but he just took off running, like, full speed and was, like, we were in the gym. So he runs out the gym. I'm like, I ain't even worried about this kid. And I think I was sitting down talking with a friend of mine or something. So anyways, when I'm leaving, so all these kids are all leaving. I notice nothing is happening to them. Well, it's like, it wasn't even like noticing nothing is happening to them, but I just wasn't even paying attention. I pushed the door open to, like, to walk out the door. Like most people, I'm not one of those guys where I just like some barbarian just run full speed through a door and stuff. No, I was doing the normal thing and opening up a door. Next thing you know, I feel a sharp slap pain hit my arm. Because he was dressed as a pirate, right? And so he hit me with a plastic sword. I just remember at that point I snapped. I pushed him against the wall. I was just like going into him and stuff, like just throwing punch after punch, slapping him and stuff. Like I was going crazy. The funny thing was, is that he had a sister that also went to school with us. I don't know what, because you would think like, okay, the one thing is like I wouldn't even have been mad at her for doing it, but you would have thought like, okay, you're seeing your brother get jumped by one kid, like maybe I should like jump in and like help him. Like if she would have put me in the chokehold and caused me to cry, I'm like, fam, that is her defending her family. The funny thing is, well, not the kid, but me and her, we're still friends on Facebook till this day. Like, let me check real quick. I'm positive me and her, we are still friends on Facebook. Like, if we're not, then I'm like, okay, well, then yeah, I think she was all like, yeah, no, that guy, he used to beat up my brother and stuff. You know, like it was a 9-to-5 job and stuff. We are still friends on on Facebook. Wow, that's wild. I'm like, dang, bro. I honestly thought like, you know, at some point in time she would have unfriended me, but nope. She's all like, I don't know. I'm all like, that's, you know, that's like maybe. Well, I do remember a time this kid was constantly messing with people. I remember he tried to like hug his sister one time, and she legit like she gave him one of those slaps like. It was deadly, bruh. Like, she slapped him and it echoed throughout, like, the playground. And everybody's looking like, dang, wow, okay, so she just did that. So, but yeah, then I remember the other time when we got into it, he tried taking me, well, he was trying to take me down, but the thing is like, I was more athletic than him. Like, the thing is like, with this kid, he needed to understand, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I'm bigger. You're not going to win any of the fights that we've been in. But I remember he was trying to take me down, so he kind of had me in, like, a hugging position. I just swung him down, flung him all across the floor. He gets up, of course, crying, and I'm like, well, sir, like, you need to understand, like, you're not going to win any of these battles. So stop it. Please, for your own benefit, all right? But no, he still just kept going and going. So eventually I did move, and I kind of like fell out of contact with all those. Well, not everybody from that school, but I did fall out of contact with him. I think at one point in time we was friends on social media, but I think he unfriended me. I think, you know, all that stuff came back, and he was all like, this kid was crazy. Like, I'm unfriending him and stuff. So, but anyways, and then no, then at this other elementary school I went to, there was another kid always would mess with me, and it was funny because he had like kind of his friend group, right? And eventually he ended up like, I remember after me and him, well, we didn't even really like fight, but I was like, no, you ain't leaving this school. So because I'm like jumping from like all these different parts. So from the beginning, all right, I remember, so we were in class. He did something to me, and I think I told him, like, don't play like that, or don't do stuff like that. Something like, I think I said, like, don't play like that. And he always will repeat that. Every time when he would see me, he always would say that. And I'm like, look, bro, stop saying that, okay? I said that one time. Just stop playing with me. I'm like, I'm telling you, just leave me alone. Let me be. But he didn't listen. So I remember there was a time, I don't know what was going on that day, but I was angry. Like, I was upset. Like, today, like me, almost a 26-year-old male, if I would have seen that 10-year-old version of me, that was scary, bro. Like, I was straight up on some Suge Knight stuff when I was a kid, and it was it was scary. The only thing I didn't have was a beard, okay? But the bald head, well, I was small, so I was pretty much like a skinny Suge Knight, if you think about it. But anyways, so I remember I was so angry one day, and then he once again said, like, you know, don't play like that, and it upset me. And I remember I went and just threw my jacket, my backpack, books, all that stuff. I threw all that stuff down, and I chased after him, and I said, you ain't leaving this school until we fight. And he's all like, I'm not trying to fight you. I'm like, I don't care. You're not leaving this school until we fight. And he's like walking backwards, like trying to, like, you know, not get close to me. And he's all like, bro, he's like, I'm not trying to fight you. And it's funny because there was a kid that, you know, so actually this is somebody that I've talked about numerous times. So like, if you remember back on like previous episodes when I would talk on Minnesota Boy, and I would say, like, there was a friend that was, like, half white and half Guamanian, And I would say like, you know, overall, like, that's like one of my closest friends. That's like he's like a brother to me. So it's funny because we wasn't even friends at that time. Like we had like new mutual people like in our, well, because we shared the same classroom and stuff, but we wasn't cool like that at the time. So anyways, I remember he was like the half white and half Guamanian friend was chilling with him, like there with him and stuff. Now he could have jumped in. He could have jumped in. He could have came up, snuck me on the side of the head, and they both could have jumped me. They could have. But even I think he's seen that level of anger in my eyes. And he's seen like that is dangerous. Like, nah, let me, because this ain't even my fight. Let me stay, you know, back. But I think overall, because like, I don't know, like he doesn't even like, I think he did have like issues with him too. But I think it was kind of like an on, I think at one point in time, like everybody kind of had like an on and off friendship with somebody. And I think that's how it was with him. But I think if they were like close enough friends, like how like me and the half white, half Guamanian kid, if he was close enough friends with the kid I was trying to fight, I think he would have jumped me. Like he knew how to fight. That was the thing though. He knew how to fight. I think he took like he used to take like a Muay Thai class. And so I'm like, he wasn't somebody that didn't know how to fight. Like he knows how to fight. So, like, he very well could have snuck me and things. But I think he overall knew, like, okay, yeah, this kid kept messing with him. Like, he's had enough. I'm not going to get in the mix of that. So, I'm sitting here, like, you know, kind of, like, fast walking towards him. He's, like, walking backwards, like, I'm not trying to fight you. Then eventually a teacher comes running out, and she's all like, no, Tyler, like, stop it, stop it. He takes off running home. I'm so mad because I'm like, I want to fight him. Like, no, I haven't had a good fight in a long time. I need to have a fight. I need this, okay? So anyways, and then so I know people are going to probably be like, well, why not just wait until tomorrow? Which I would, like, no, I think if he would have said so, it was funny because he, eventually he did apologize. He stopped saying it. And then, after that, he just left me alone. And I'm like, okay, that's all that I want. It's either we have a good old-fashioned fight or you just leave me alone. That's the only thing that I want in life, okay? Just to be left alone. Then middle school came around, and I was like, there was like a few kids that tried that. I just remember the one time, wasn't it? No, it wasn't a few kids. There was just kids that would try to, like, start stuff with me, and I'm like, it's not gonna work, so stop. Because I think at that time, like, I was getting older, and I'm like, okay, I can't, like, fight everybody and stuff. But, no, well, actually, no, there was one kid where I was like, because I think I had, like, I punched him or something like that. And I remember a bunch of, like, feathers came flying out his jacket. Or I think it was, no, I pushed him. I didn't punch him. I think I pushed him and a bunch of feathers came flying out his jacket. But the kid stinked. I was like, I told him, I was like, bro, stop walking. Because, no, I remember there was a time where he kept walking past me. And I really called this kid out for stinking. I'm like, bro, stop walking past me. I'm like, if not, take a bath, bro. Like, and then I remember after that, like, we kind of got into it and stuff. He wasn't even really bullying me, though. I think I just snapped on that kid because I was like, bro, like, stop doing that and things. But I don't know. I was all like, I had anger issues when I was younger and stuff. So, but anyways, but no, the one time I think I do remember a kid was bullying me and stuff. We were in the classroom. I didn't even care that the teacher was like, she was in the middle of teaching, and this kid's like turned around like bothering me and stuff. So I just stood up, started yelling. Kid's taller than me. He's much more bigger than me and things. Like the kid, he was big. All right, he was like skinny, but he was tall and stuff. He did have some, compared to me, he definitely had like a lot of size to him and stuff, but I wasn't backing down. I was like, nah, bro. I'm like, you could just leave me alone. Let me be and stuff. And so then after that, I think I remember me and him, we both got detention and stuff. Because I think he got detention for, you know, messing with people. And then I got detention for disrupting the classroom. And I think at some point, like, he did apologize and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool, chill. I'm sorry for snapping at you in the classroom and stuff. You know, I don't know why I'm apologizing, but I'm apologizing, you know. Overall, it's like I shouldn't have went off like that and things. But then I think, in middle school, that was about it. I think that was, there was a girl, but that I wouldn't really consider that bullying. She was bullying a friend, and then I just kind of jumped in and just, you know, took up for my friend and stuff. So, but I was like middle school. Middle school was kind of like low key with the bullying stuff. I had to say, like, high school was like the last time I had to say that besides like content creating, But like face-to-face bullying, well, it wasn't even really face-to-face bullying. It was more so like he talked a big game when he was with his friends or when he was on the internet. But other than that, like, it was on some stuff where he was like, oh, nah, like, I can't. When all right, so, I'm, like, jumping the gun, like, going back and forth from stories and stuff. So, there was this kid, and I think, or at my high school and stuff, it's like, now I'm like, I'm switched from middle school to high school. But anyways, there was this kid, and I remember I think he was mad at me because me and his girlfriend was friends. And I'm like, all right, I'm sorry, I guess, but I'm like, you gonna have to communicate with her and stuff. I'm all like, they ain't got nothing to do with me and her being friends. But and then I think, because he kept like, he overall like just kept like going off on social media or whatever. And so that's what I think I did. Like, I waited until she posted a photo. I was on some evil-minded stuff. I was literally on some savage stuff. But I think I waited for her to post a photo. And I complimented something. I think I said, like, she was either beautiful or pretty or something like that. But, yeah, it just, like, sent him over the edge. He was angry and all that crap. And so, anyways, I remember every time when he would see me, he always would, like, repeat what I said in the comment sections. I'm like, that's not usually how you do that, but okay, I guess. I'm like, whatever. And he always would try to start some stuff. So I started getting into that angry attitude. And I'm like, okay. And that's the thing where it's all like, he had his, like, he made sure he always did this stuff with his group of friends. I'm like, I don't think you realize I got a group of friends too. All right. So I think if they see me throwing hands with like 4 or 5 dudes, I'm like, I think for the most part, like, me and my friends, we had that close relationship because it was the same for them. If I see them getting jumped or fighting with, like, I wouldn't necessarily say jump because I feel like we all knew, because it's like you had like an angry black kid, you had this half white, half Guamanian kid that was good at fighting, you had this Asian kid that was good at fighting, and you had a Samoan. There was no way possible. And then there was also a white friend of ours where he had some size on him. You wasn't messing with us, okay? Like, we were like the like freaking with our skin complexions, we was like rainbow death row. Like, we were about violence, but it was not with amongst us. Like, it was with other people and stuff. But anyways, but no, so I remember there was a time where I was walking up to the half white, half Guamanian friend, because he had a SUV at the time. I remember I was walking up to his SUV, and then him and the kid that was messing with me, him and his friends was just kind of like standing off there, like looking at me saying stuff. I'm all like, I looked at them, I'm like, you got something to say it. And then he's just all like, he was like, oh, keep walking. He said something. I'm like, this kid, man. I'm like, you lucky you with your friends. Because I'm like, I swear if I catch you by yourself, it's going to be a different story. But anyway, and it was funny. There was 2 different occasions. So the one time I remember me and him was walking to this small little movie theater within the school, because I remember they called us up there and stuff for some like meeting. I can't remember what it was. It was like some like student stuff. I can't remember why they had called us in there, but I remember me and him was walking down the same hallway. So I kind of was like looking at him, and he's just like straight face, like he's seen me, but he's just straight like red face, not trying to look at me and things. I'm like, say something. I want you to say, there ain't no teachers out here too? Please, bro, say something. I want you to. And so I'm like kind of like walking up fast to like see if he was going to say or do anything, and he just hurry up, turned the corner, sat with his friends, and then he talked this big game. And then there was the one morning, and I think after that, he just stopped. Because I remember, so he goes, I'm like at this table. Because there was this table I remember like me and some friends would chill at. So I'm at the table just kind of like, doing whatever on my phone and stuff. And I probably was on Vine. I don't know. I can't remember what I was doing on my phone. But anyways, I'm on my phone. I heard somebody like walking behind me, because it was like where I was at, it was like a hallway like area and stuff. So it was like a hallway. So like how the school used to be set up, because they tore the school down and now they built an indoor school, which I'm mad about, because I'm like, fam, all them times I freeze my butt off outside, and now all of a sudden you guys decide that you're gonna build an indoor school? Nah, bro, I ain't with that. No, I got legitimate beef with my old high school. Yeah, next podcast episode is suing my high school cool. You know what? That's why I don't feel bad, because I had like some unpaid fines, and I don't feel bad for not paying them. I'm like, nah, you use that, you know, like I'm pretty sure they was like, well, no, how would that work? Because because I would have to pay them in order for. So I'm like, nah. I'm like, you guys. I'm pretty sure they had to ask for like how much money. I think it was like $15. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had to ask around for donations for that $15. Because I'm like, you ain't getting it from me. But anyways, that's how angry I was, bro. I'm like, man, come on now. I'm like, why you guys gonna build that school? And I'm like, after I didn't graduate, there were so many things that happened at that school after I graduated, and I was like, man, that school, I'm like, y'all is messed up, bro. But anyways, so no, then, so yeah, back to, you know, the kid and stuff. So I heard somebody walking behind me, so I turned around and looked, and it's him. He kind of slowed down. Face got red, then he walked past me. I took my backpack off, and I was all like, nah, like if he's gonna do something, I'm like, I gotta make sure I'm not restricted and stuff with no backpack. So I took my backpack off, set it on the table, and I just looked at him as he walked past. He said nothing. And I think after that, it was just the mental game of like, you ain't got your friends here. There ain't no teachers here, because both me and him, we was at the school bright and early before a whole lot of teachers would have showed up. And so, and the thing was, it's like I chilled in that area long enough to know that there ain't gonna be no teachers walking through this hallway for a long, long time. So I definitely have a chance to go off on you and then just walk away. Because I'm telling you, I would use everything in my power, all right, to have that kid laid out on the floor, unconscious. I will walk away to another part of the school, because I don't even think the cameras had worked or anything at that school. They claimed that the cameras worked, but I'm like, I highly doubt those cameras work. Somebody can sneak. Maybe they work like after school hours and stuff, but I don't think they work during school hours, because I'm like, there's so many. I don't think they did. I honestly don't think they did and stuff. So I very well could have got away with the beating and things, but no, I was like, I definitely would have just beat him in the hallways, and then if I heard a teacher walking, then just hurry up, ran out one of the doors, and then just walked in, but like, oh my God, what happened to him? How he end up like this on the floor? What? Oh my, like, nah, man, call the nurse. I'm like, hey kid, I'm like, you good? You all right? Like, honestly, bruh, like that kid. It was funny though. I was like, he always talked a big game with his friends, but when he wasn't with his friends, like dead silence. And so I was like, bruh, please don't play with me. I'm all like, cause yeah, your friends ain't here to protect you, man. So I'm like, don't play like that. Please don't. I'm like, don't play around with me, all right? But yeah, then after that, I was like, so I think that's what you need to do with school bullies, is just show that they can also experience fear. And once when they experience fear, then it's like, fam, you no longer have a school bully. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.